I want to introduce a new concept to you, and that's mobile coops. When we first started, we had a really large and beautiful, I thought, stationary coop. But over time, the waste piles up inside that chicken coop, and it's not the best environment for the chickens. They stay in one place. They don't have the diversity of feed and things growing, and ultimately it turns to a muddy dirt floor that I didn't even want to go in to feed and maintenance the coop. Over time, the chickens just poop in the same spot, and it builds up. You're having feed and feeders, the chickens have free access to, but also rats and other animals. They're going to be showing up. I challenge you to find somebody that has had a stationary coop that hasn't had a mouse or a rat problem. They get really dirty over time, and when it gets dirty, you have to clean it. And I really hated going out there having to shovel the chicken poop and then move it around. It really was exponentially compounding disaster. So when we brought in the mobile coops, it immediately reduced our time that we had to spend cleaning. It also gave the benefit of the chickens being allowed to roam free, look for bugs, scratch up the soil, poop. We didn't have to clean that up, but all of that is enhancing the landscape. So as we move the chicken coop through the landscape, the ground that they had time to recover and then actually be more abundant and have more green grass and more growth than it had before we got there. That was the power of bringing mobile chicken coops into our setup. It gave us more free time. It gave us more money in our pocket because we weren't wasting feed. We weren't spending a lot of time cleaning up all the poop. It was just a system that kind of handled itself. All we had to do was slowly move that chicken coop through the landscape, and it would regenerate and make the landscape better and better every time that mobile coop stopped for a day. The next day we move it, and you can really see, if you look back in time, maybe not the first day, maybe not the second day, maybe not the third day, but quickly you could see that green grass emerge and start to take over where the chickens had impacted heavily. With that, bugs came in. So by the time that the chickens get back to that location, when I say back, it's a year or two later, it's more fertile, more nutrient dense, and we get a higher quality egg or meat bird. It's really an amazing system that exponentially amplifies our abundance rather than exponentially, negatively affects our time, our money, and our effort. Mobile coops, it's the way to go. So if you follow us for any length of time, you know that we're running 250 acres, and on a large scale, these mobile chicken coops can be a really amazing tool, particularly followed behind cattle. So we talk about amp grazing, where we bring our cattle into a highly controlled area. They're eating the grass and then they move on the next day. If we stagger our chickens 3 days behind that, the cows will come in, they'll rip up the plants from the ground, they'll poop. The flies come in at about 3 days. So if we're bringing our chickens behind the cattle, we can, one, get supplemental feed from the fly larvae and the bugs that break apart the cow poop. But in conventional agriculture, raking and dragging your cow pasture is an important step, and that breaks up all the turds that would otherwise just be focused in one area, where if you drag them, it rakes them through the field. Chickens do that same thing. So we're not using fossil fuel power to just rake out the cow droppings. We're actually getting a benefit into the landscape of bringing the chickens through. They're going to eat the bugs, give us eggs, grow poundage, and poundage equals dollars for us, or poundage equals protein, right? So they're going through, they're giving us an added benefit of stacking functions where we're not just having cattle on the landscape and then having to spend money to kind of maintain the landscape. We're using animals that are going to give us dollars, give us pounds to do something that otherwise a tool that we had to spend money on, the tractor, being maintenance, the tractor itself, the fuel, the maintenance, and all those things that come along with it. Chickens do that same thing. And on a broad enough scale, you can fit another animal into the same area that you otherwise wouldn't be able to do it if you were just a single animal operation. This is the power of regenerative agriculture. More animals in less space, more productivity, more abundance, less time on your plate, and who doesn't love that? Now, I know that people aren't working with this much acreage a lot of times, and we get the comment frequently, like, that works great if you have a lot of land. And the truth is, the same design, the same principles work on any size. If you're going to have chickens, I've known people that have had like 3 chickens in a very small mobile coop, and it becomes easy just to move them, right? You're not shoveling it out. Same amount of area is going to be devoted to a compost pile. Maybe you're not moving them every day. Maybe you're just like staggering them and moving them between two locations back and forth. That's the same system, just on a much smaller scale. You could also like team up with your neighbors and move those chickens throughout a neighborhood. So you don't really need all the acreage to make this worthwhile. These same principles work whether you're in a city, whether you're in, a townhome, wherever you are. You can get by being more efficient with these same principles. When we think about birds, right? Birds live in cities, they just fly around and they, get nutrients from different places. If we control how our chickens and how they manage and how they are moved through the landscape, it doesn't matter whether we're on 250 acres, whether we're on 2,050 acres, whether we're on 2.5 acres or a quarter acre. It's all the same principle. A lot of impact, even more time off. That gives us more abundance, more time for ourselves, more money in our pocket. It's more efficient. Let's get a little bit deeper and do some chicken math, right? If you have a family of 5, you're going to need what? Say like 5-10 eggs a day. So, 10 chickens. That really doesn't take that much space. 15 square feet would be more than enough in an enclosed coop, and we can get by with a whole lot less than that if they're ranging around. So in the example that I was talking, you have a small coop, like our mobile chicken coop example. It's on bike wheels. We have a link in the description below. You can see more about that. But if you take that coop, move it every day, eventually in a small backyard, you're going to lose a free space to go to. So this is the importance of community and incorporating your plans and your design and all of this into a much larger community and bringing friends in so that when the area in your backyard has been eaten up, now it needs some time off, so we move them to the next people's house. And then this works great in a suburban environment particularly, is because I know a lot of people that have like a quarter acre backyard. Now, we're not going to eat all those eggs every day. There's some days that I know, me personally, I go through phases. I eat a bunch of eggs and then I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that anymore for a little bit. Then, a couple, weeks later, I'm like, oh, I'm back on the egg kick. That's going to be the same when you design the system for your community. So everybody's going to get fed, so instead of 10 chickens, maybe it's 20. That still fits inside of our mobile coop design. Maybe you have one that's a little bit smaller. Maybe you have one that doesn't have wheels that you're just lifting up and like carrying, much like our rabbit coop example, our mobile rabbit hutch that we pull through the market garden. At the end of the day, it's about having eggs for your family and your community, and mobile chicken coops is the way to go. So when we treat chickens like pets, the land suffers. When we treat chickens like a tool, the land amplifies its abundance exponentially. But at the same time, we're saving ourselves time, we're saving ourselves resources, we're saving ourselves effort from having to clean these coops. If you have a stationary coop and you want to make the jump to a mobile coop, it's really, really easy. We've put video together where we're building it step by step. We've got a write-up that goes along with it, and it's all free so that you can make the jump very easily. If a weekend of your time could save you years of madness and yelling at your kids to go clean a chicken coop, or having to you're working at 9 to 5 every day and then you have to spend your weekend shoveling chicken poop. Nobody really wants to do that, and the answer is in the mobile chicken coop, a video and design plan that we've put together for you. Click the link below. It's really awesome, and I guarantee that you won't go back to the stationary coop. Thanks for watching. SustainableHomestead.com for more.